Yo, Superior JC here. So how do I put this? Yo, it's so funny, man. Like, you know what? Like, people who try and how do I put this? People who be sitting Indian style. People who sit in Indian style, right? You know what? People who do a lot of people who do magic, harnessing someone else's energy, and people who have resources. You know what these motherfuckers have in common? People who have resources, money. You can say that money's the resources, right? That's why I just said resources. People who got resources, and people who do like voodoo and magic, wizardry, witchcraft. You know what these motherfuckers all have in common? When they try, because you know what it is, man? They try to do spells. That too, right? Mainly, that is what I'm trying to get out. They try to do spells on people. Because they try to do certain spells on people that they think, there's a certain way I'm trying to put this. They try and do spells on people. Look at me looking like Storm and shit. Don't fuck around, man. Anyway, they try and do spells on people like the government do on people, or like they try and do spells on people like because it worked on someone else, they think it's gonna work on you. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. They try and do spells on you that work on other people, and think they think it's gonna work with you. These are people with resources. People do voodoo, magic, wizardry, witchcraft. These are what these people all have in common, right? And I'm not saying people don't do this on. I'm not saying any like people who aren't that don't do this. People do this by default, right? But it's just interesting to see the patterns of shit. How a motherfucker get down, right? So I just want to come through with that quick message. So they try and get a little, can't do that, buddy. They try and get a little adrenaline rush, or the fuck you want to call it. And yeah, I'm fine as hell. They try and get an adrenaline rush off you, but not just that. When they spells and it's not even call it magic. I just so you motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. When they wizardry, I guess, and the witchcraft don't work, and that's when they literally start like telling lies and shit, and like making up facades and shit like that. Like a motherfucker, like like for example, like if a motherfucker know you do music or some shit, right? Like a motherfucker trying to make up some shit like, oh man, yeah, you have to see. I knew he couldn't do it because he has to. You gotta work on this. You gotta do this. It's too overwhelming, right? They try and make up something. Remember, try and get an adrenaline rush out of you, or trying to get you to get an adrenaline rush, or try and get you to react, right? But here's the thing, right? Or try and get you to look, oh, this person can't see. I knew it was gonna be too overwhelming. So it's like you gotta peep game though. There's certain things people try and do to get a reaction out of you. Why are you even saying that in the first place? Because you know a motherfucker like that. So I don't know why you saying that. I don't know why you saying that in the first place, right? But why are you even saying that in the first place? Because I'm really like that, right? So they'll be like, oh, this person can't work on this. This person is too overwhelming, right? So from a perspective of someone who can see something without actually being there, right? Psychic or whatever, right? I do that. get an adrenaline rush off you, right? But this is what I mean to say, that they only start doing that when you ain't when they feel like you're not in their grasp. So that's another point I'm trying to say too. You can tell someone's witchcraft wizardry isn't working. You gotta, first of all, you gotta listen to what they say, right? You listen long enough, someone's gonna tell you, someone's gonna reveal who they are, right? But not only that, I'm gonna tell you why. Because they feel like they not in your when you're not in their grasp, right? And a motherfucker, remember, these are people with resources, right? Whether it's money, knowledge. People do you can't do right? People who do wizardry, witchcraft, you can't really do these things. You don't really have awareness, right? So people who do, these are what these people all have in common, right? People with resources and shit like that, right? So when they feel like they don't got a grasp on you, that's when they start doing these kind of things, right? So they try and tear you up, tear you down. I know that spell can be fun to do it. I know. Don't work out. That shit don't work on me though. So they try and tear you up, tear you down, but tear you down when they feel like they ain't in your grasp no more. When they feel like they in the corner, when they feel like they in the corner on timeout in this motherfucker, right? So peep that, right? So yeah, that's what it is, right? So I want to come through with that quick message, quick, fast, in a hurry. I want to come through with that quick, right? If when they feel like you're not in the corner, we ain't doing all that. When they feel like you're not in a corner, or like you're not obeying command, some shit, that's when they try to play fear, right? This is what people like who have resources, whoever, people in government, this is what you have in common with someone who does witchcraft wizardry. Y'all like all, I don't think you know that, or I don't know if you can't see it like I'm seeing it, because you and I'm me. But even if you do see it, you think that because it worked on someone else, it's gonna work on someone like me. So I want to come through with that message fast. Yeah, man. It don't work like that, buddy. It don't work like that, my guy. We ain't doing all that. So yeah, man. Yeah. And a nigga like me just be sitting back, a nigga spirit like me just be sitting back laughing at this kind of shit. And then they try and these people too, right? They try and also like play it off, like laugh it off. That's why I notice a lot of people like laugh off shit when they embarrassed or some shit like that. Like, you gotta think about it. You really like, okay, you're psychic and shit like that. Okay, nigga, that's motherfucker. Okay, Pixar motherfuckers. That's good for you, right? Hello, hey. That's good for you. You psychic and shit, right? But it's like, I notice how people like to laugh shit off when you like embarrassed or some shit. Like, I notice how like you like to, like, how do I put this? People like to laugh off their shame and shit like that. Motherfuckers being shamed because they shit ain't working, right? They shit weak, right? It'll Pixar ass, Miss Mother. But anyway, right? Like, fucking, they laugh it off and shit like that. Like, but like, it's a certain way to do shit, right? But I notice how a lot of people like to laugh off their pain, their trauma and shit like that. The psychic abilities not working and shit. Like, y'all got shit in common, man. So that's what I noticed about people, like content creators, people in general. Like, y'all really, like, motherfuckers really be human. No matter if you psychic, you got, first thing you gotta really, what was I gonna name this video? What was I gonna name this video? Whoa, I ain't doing all that. Get out of my face, man. But what was I gonna name this? I forgot what I was gonna name this. There's a certain, whatever. But y'all all got, like, that's what I'm realizing. This is the emphasis of this video, though. Y'all like really just human. No matter you got money, No matter if you psychic, bro, you know, you have knowledge. Y'all just human, man. So I really don't see about motherfuckers. You just human. Man, it's weird when a motherfucker like got like supernatural ability, but like it don't work. Like a motherfucker really start to realize he's just human and this motherfucker. Think about being a man, man. Like you think you the man till another man come around and shit show you that. And shit, whatever shape and form it is. When if it comes to money, that's not more so what I'm gonna put a motherfucker in his place in right now and in the time of my life I am right now. But when it comes to that spirituality, God, if it's physicality, emotional, like motherfuckers really be putting motherfuckers in place. Spirit JC and this motherfuckers really be putting motherfuckers in their place. And like I guess it like makes somebody feel away over here. I guess it makes somebody feel away because all the mixtapes and shit they worked on, all the readings they did for somebody else and shit like that, they try and justify what they doing for somebody else is why they are who they are. That's the opposite of where you do something for somebody in the first place. They try and justify what doing something for somebody else is. They try and justify because they do something for somebody else. They try and justify that for who they are. I mean, that's the exact opposite of why you should even do something for someone in the first place. Right? This is not. It shouldn't be about you. So yeah, it shouldn't be about you. Yeah. So yeah. I want to come through that quick that video. We 11 minutes in, and yeah, man, y'all enjoy your Saturday, baby. So that's the point of this. That's a big point of this video. Is that motherfuckers really just be human. Don't matter you got money, you psychic, you're very known. Don't matter what the fuck it is. Like y'all just human. And then when a motherfucker puts you in your place is when you start to realize that. If you one of these things and shit like that I'm naming, like it's interesting. You're not scaring me. You're not making me, even if you play with me in my dreams. I like that kind of shit. You're not scaring me. You're not changing my sleep schedule. You're not having me looking over my shoulder for you. Looking out over for nothing. Right? So people try and justify that because they shared knowledge online, they shared information online, or this is what people who do witchcraft, wizardry have in common with people with resources and people who are the people who are in control of power and shit like that. This is what y'all motherfuckers got in common. And like even if you realize it, so back to what I was saying, right? So when they shit don't work, when they feel like they don't got a grasp on you, aka your energy, your frequency, your vibration, all right, that's when they start telling lies. This is when they start, like I was just saying to you about the music. So like, so let's just say someone knows you do music, whether they psychic or just somebody in your personal life, right? They'll be like, oh, this person, it's too overwhelming. Like, let me separate the example. You know, someone like you have that's close to you in your, you know when you have someone like close to you, like knows what you're known for, and they try and use that against you. Like, let's just say, for example, you like cars or something, right? I'm just trying to distinguish and then put it together. And then so like they'll be like, oh, you still have those tires, you still have those rims or something. Like, oh, you didn't clean your car or some shit, right? Just to try to get a reaction because they know it's something like you like or you. So this is the same thing that people who do witchcraft and wizardry do. Right? People are psychic, pretty much. So you know what I'm talking about, right? This is the same kind of shit they do. They try and be like, oh, like, so this is the same shit they do, right? So, but you gotta peep game. Why are you even mentioning that in the first place, right? If you know someone, like, it's like there's like a subconscious thing. There's like a subconscious feeling or a thought there that you know that person is. You feel like or think that person's actually better than you, then. But I know what this person, people like this will say, oh, I know that's what you like. I'm gonna use that against you. Doesn't mean I think you're good at what you like. But no. But I understand that. I overstand that. But like you still mentioning it, right? So to me, there's something there subconsciously where it's like you feel intimidated or you feel you feel threatened or some kind of shit to mention that to try and get an adrenaline rush or harness out of somebody. And if that's not the case, if you don't think somebody's better than you at that craft or whatever, that's what you try to do. Get an adrenaline out of someone, get a rush out of someone, harness energy off of someone. It ain't gonna happen over here.